Brenton, obviously after what was a successful weekend, we'll get to that in due course, but coming up on Wednesday night is an all-weather fixture. You've got Red Desert, who ran a really good race and defeat for you last time.
Yeah, he's in good order. Obviously, it's been a while since he's won, but he missed a run the other day as a few have, but he's trialled in between, trialled well. He's drawn well, handles conditions, so yeah, he didn't miss by much sort of first time around, but we'll see what we can do there tomorrow.
For a horse of his sort of stature and where he's at, I mean, he's a 7-year-old, well documented, he hasn't won for a very long time, granted, but that trial certainly suggested to many, I'm sure, that he looks like he's ready to nearly go close again. Would that be fair?
Yeah, look, I was really happy with his performance for me when I rode him last time. I thought he was home and he just probably ran out of a bit of condition, so he'll improve. He's had a couple of trials in between now, so he's ready to go, and I think John's horses are just about to start firing, so hopefully he can get another one on the board for us.
Yeah, that certainly would look evident. I mean, he's having a look, he's a fully 44 pounds lower than his last one, which came off 93. So as a jockey, when you sort of assess a race like this and a horse like him, does it get to a point where you just sort of think, surely this guy has to win now, doesn't he, off his current mark, on his old form?
Yeah, look, there's there's no morals in racing, I find, but look, he's well set up there to go as close as possible, and hopefully he can break through.
You mentioned John Size, of course. Let's just wind the clock back to the weekend. I'm sure you've had a bit of time to let the dust settle. Great to get that first group in on the board in Hong Kong, and a little while in coming, I suppose. Obviously, it does get frustrating here, but you must have been really pleased with your horse's effort and just the win in general.
Yeah, they're obviously hard to get, the silverware. So in Australia we have sort of group ones all the time. So there's not many around here. So very proud, and something that I didn't think I'd be able to achieve so early in the stint here, but I think it was needed for where I am in the first part of my stint here. We're only 5 or so weeks in, and I think the horse was obviously well set up, small field, and he was able to get the job done. But for me personally, it was a big reward. Been working hard, had plenty of near misses, and hopefully it can just springboard something off it.
I imagine you'd obviously love to stay with him, of course. I would presume all roads lead to December. He'll take in the trial perhaps on Bank of China Day. Is that the plan, do you think, going forward?
I wouldn't know. Yeah. So up to John. And yeah, look, obviously I found the ride there the other day, probably with the weight with 121, and I'm tipping Huey probably would have been on him. So not sure what happens, but I'm a Group 2 winner on him, and that's the main thing. So we'll see what happens from here.
Karis, Teetan, we've got an all-weather fixture coming up on Wednesday night, and they can't run these meetings without you and ADEFILL turning up to the party. First start of the season. Pretty handy record on the dirt.
Yeah, well, it's just a shame that last week we got cancelled because it was a smaller field. And well, he's in saying so. He just gave him a bit of more time, and the horse has definitely after each and every run. And even from last season, I feel he's getting better physically and mentally. His trial was good last week, so really looking forward to riding him again.
Talking of that sort of physicality, I mean, he's weighing in this Wednesday at 1134 pounds. He actually won once when he weighed in at 1133. So has he strengthened up? Do you feel he's at the right sort of place to win first up?
Yeah, he's definitely strengthened up a lot from last season. You can see his trial this season. He's doing everything really good, and like I said, that's why I said physically, I think he's taking a step forward. Again, if I know it's his first run, but if he gets the right run, he'll be competitive.
Yeah, he's a horse that takes rapid steps forward in his races. Talk to me about the trip, Karis. This is his second go at 1650. Do you feel 12 and 1650 sort of come alike for this guy? I mean, he was good on his only start over the distance.
Yeah, well, I thought he was winning the 1200 because he was running in lower class races, and he was just a step better than a class 4. But I believe the 1650 is his trip. 1200 is a bit too quick for him. In the 1650 he gets his chance, and yeah, I think he's fresh. He's got fresh pair of leg on him, so he's ready to go.
And this being a class 3, of course, but last time out that was an 85 down to 60, and the horse that beat you was rated 83. So in essence, he does come in with perhaps some of the strongest form as well.
Yeah, he ran really great last time. He just got beat, but like I think he's a really progressing horse, and he's only getting better. So looking forward for him on the weekend.
Frankie Law, Youthful Deal, one of your runners coming up on Wednesday night. Good quality race as well. He's back on his preferred surface, so that always has to be a positive.
Yes, only we don't know the distance. So need to try because he's very good on the dirt. So yeah, we need to try. Yeah.
How happy have you been with these trials, Frankie? He looked really good in that latest trial.
Yeah, he tried really good. But unfortunately, before we have a race for him, but the typhoon coming, you need to cancel the race, and we can't find another race for him. So I just put in this race.
You never strike me as someone that gets too frustrated, Frankie, but how frustrating is it when you lose those races? Obviously, I mean, you've obviously made a plan for this horse and you haven't been able to run. I guess it is a bit frustrating and sort of stop-start, isn't it, really?
Yes, you know, the next time that race is 3rd of December, so long way to go. And so that's why I also need to try 60-50, yeah.
I had a look at his second up record. He's run a couple of really good races second up. Is he the type of horse that, you know, takes a run and then gets to peak fitness?
I think so. Some horses will like this, maybe need to race one time and then second time should be much better, yeah.
I read an article leading up to this fixture that you might have designs on going to Dubai. Is that very much the plan with him? If he comes through this well, is Dubai might be in the offering?
Yes, I already have planning. If he race good on the dirt, I win 2 or 3, the ratings going up, maybe I will try to go to Dubai, yeah.
I guess your options here are limited, aren't they, really? So now that Dubai has sort of opened up their season a bit more, it does give him a bit of opportunity to go there. In respect to the trip, how confident are you that he will get this distance, Frankie?
I just try because usually the horse are good on the dirt. 60-50 maybe no problem, and he got a good draw.
You got a new jockey as well, Matthew Chadwick. What obviously Vincent unavailable, so Matthew will take the ride. Obviously a nice ride for him as well.
Yes, I put him on Jumbo last Thursday. He said the horse really quite easy to ride. Yeah.
Karis, there's some nice rides coming up at the all-weather meeting on Wednesday night for you, and Galaxy Patch, very much an interesting runner, a winner on debut on the turf, but switching to the dirt now.
Yeah, Nick. Well, prior to his first run, he had a trial where he tried really good on all weather, and I think he handled it pretty well. Of course, with there's not many 1200 meter on the turf, and it was one that was too quick, too soon for him. So we thought, you know, he did try pretty good on the all weather. So let's give him a go on it. And but I think he's gonna be okay. I think he's gonna handle the track really well. He's an improving horse.
You sound pretty confident in that respect. Was after that trial, were you and Pierre sort of the thinking that this is a horse that could be quite versatile?
Yeah, well, the trial showed that he handled it pretty good. So, and he is very versatile, to be honest. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to running him. I think he's a really smart horse. I think if he gets the right run, he's gonna be very competitive.
You've always done quite well on the all-weather in recent seasons, Karis. Your horse has drawn 3 here. Is that a good place to be on the all-weather?
I mean, you know, his first start he did not break too well, but I took him on a jump out. He did jump pretty well, but I think, you know, he's a kind of a horse where I would just have to leave him alone wherever he is, and he will do his best when it needs to be.
Just having a look at the race, I guess self-improvement, would he look to be perhaps your biggest danger? I mean, he's had 1 start, 1 win on the all-weather this season.
Yeah, of course, he's one of the danger. But the horse that ran second to him came out and did not perform well at Happy Valley. So the form line is okay, but you know, end of the day, it's a dirt race, and usually, you know, it's the form doesn't stand out. So we'll see. I'm just gonna ride my horse the way I think would be best for him.